Right, let's talk about Chelsea. We'll talk about Cole Palmer and the club more widely in just a moment. But those first two penalties, the first two goals from Cole Palmer from the penalty spot, some of the defending that led to those penalties was extraordinary from a side struggling down the wrong end.
Yeah, I mean, I've no idea. I get the fact that you want to get and show that you care and stop the opposition, but I mean, when you look at it, both players were going out of the box. João Pedro both times was going out of the box. First of all, it was Doherty. He came in from the side and tripped him. And then the second time, Masquero, I mean, I've no idea what he's doing. João Pedro gets there before him. He just knocks it ahead of him and just pushes him in the back straight off. So the two of them are penalty kicks. And, Cole Palmer stood up and dispatched both of them excellently. In his 100th start for the club, it's now 51 goals. I mean, it's an incredible return. When you look at the third goal for me was I know it ends up as a cutback and it's smashed into the roof of the net from Cole Palmer, but if you look at it where it started, from Sanchez, Fofana into Neto, lovely turn to Fernandes down the line to Cucurella, cut back, and then Cole Palmer fires it into the back of the roof of the net. An outstanding team goal, and you felt as if, and I said it at half time, it could have been 5 or 6. That's how dominant Chelsea were. They were in full control, but the second half, there's no doubt Rob Edwards asked for a reaction from his team in the second half, and he got it. They got themselves back into it. They asked a few questions of Chelsea later on in the game, but Chelsea were deserved winners of this match, and they needed it, because Manchester United had won earlier in the day. They were 4 points behind. They've now closed that gap as well with a home game against Leeds during the week. So it's an opportunity for Chelsea to get back into.
And also after that League Cup performance Tuesday night as well.
Yeah, I think from going away from home, it can be difficult, but if there was one ground you wanted to go to, it was Molineux. And Wolves started the game, the first 5-10 minutes, OK, but after they got that goal, there was only one outcome, and Cole Palmer was outstanding.
Well, let's have a look more at the stats from Cole Palmer in terms of hat-tricks for Chelsea. Most Premier League hat-tricks by any Chelsea player. Moves on to 4, Frank Lampard had 3, Didier Drogba and Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank 3 as well. He becomes the first player to score 3 Premier League first-half hat-tricks. The other players who got close were Andy Cole, Michael Owen and Erling Haaland. All have had 2 first-half hat-tricks. Cole Palmer, the only player to have scored 3 first-half hat-tricks in the Premier League. And how big was that also for Liam Rosenior as well? Because we mentioned what happened Tuesday in the League Cup. A lot of differences of opinion about the approach in that one, but you can't question his Premier League record so far. 4 wins out of 4. Yeah,
and I think it's only the second English manager to do that in the Premier League era. So, again, it's a perfect game for him today. It wouldn't have been, obviously, if they'd lost it, but Wolves' form, you felt as if Chelsea, if they went and approached that game with the right manner, took the game to Wolves, they would have came out on top, and that's exactly what happened. As I said, you would expect the home team to come out the first, the opening stages of the game and ask questions. They'd done that, but once that first penalty was given, Cole Palmer tucked it away. There was only one outcome, and it was. I think the only frustration from Liam Rosenior will be that there was an opportunity to go and make a statement there today. It could quite easily have been 4 or 5. They got sloppy the second half. They allowed Wolves back into it. They didn't have control of the ball. There was a few slack passes, but overall, deserved winners.
It's all right, because 9 points the lead over Manchester City and Aston Villa now, with City in action away to Liverpool in the second part of Super Sunday tomorrow. I mean, and since that defeat to Manchester United, Merson, the response has been the response of champions-elect, hasn't it?
I would say so. I think they've been outstanding to bounce back and, to go to Leeds and win by 4 and then go and beat a decent Sunderland team, who I think are a very underrated Sunderland. They made it difficult for them. But when you look at the result in the end, easy 3-0 win. But, yeah, absolutely outstanding. He just can't get it right at the moment, what to do Arteta in. If he plays Jesus like he did against Man United, he struggled. And then all of a sudden the week after he plays Gyökeres, he struggles, Jesus comes on, and this time Jesus plays, struggles, and then Gyökeres comes on and scores. It's a real hard one what to do at the moment, because whoever starts doesn't really perform. It's the one that comes on as a sub, because both of the players as themselves, they're very hard working. They grind down centre halves, and when all of a sudden when the other one comes on with 20 minutes to go, the centre halves are tired and they're beaten up. Do you know what I mean?
We'll talk about Gyökeres in just a moment, but let's just talk about that man there, Martin Zubimendi. He got his 6th goal, the opening goal of the afternoon. It was such a wonderfully taken goal, wasn't it? Because it looks like it's going wide, bit of swaz, and in it comes.
Yeah, I think he's a brilliant footballer. plays as a 6, and, you know, he's outstanding player. It just rolls across him. He hits it with the outside of his foot with a bit on it. And when you look at it from behind where he hits it, you think this is just going to hit the post and come out, and it just catches the post, inside of the post, and goes in. Yeah, very good foot. I mean, he plays for Spain. I mean, he ain't going to be that bad, is he? Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, for me, real top player. I thought Declan Rice, again, was outstanding. I mean, outstanding. When people go, oh, I can't play this many games, I can't play that many games, he is week in, week out, every single week, bang, bang, same performances. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. But the result there, Sunderland were decent. I know people are going to look at that and go, oh, 3-0 must have been a real... Sunderland give a go. They give it a go. And, you know, I had a couple of opportunities during the game, but didn't take them. If you don't take them, good night.
Yeah.
Yes. Kai Havertz has obviously come back into the team the last few weeks. How big or how crucial could he be in this run-in?
Yeah, I just think it's his calmness on the ball. Do you know what I mean? Plus with him in midfield, because I don't think they got a lot of goal scorers in midfield. Like Rice doesn't really score. Odegaard not a goal scorer. Zubimendi bar today not a real. So you putting him there, it gives you them goals as well. It gives you an extra body on the pitch to give you them goals. Very calm, very relaxed. Picks out Eucharist for the goal. Yeah, good footballer. Yeah, a good footballer.
And also, you were watching this one. Point about right for both sides?
No, I thought Bournemouth were the better of the two teams. On reflection, they dominated possession, dominated opportunities, shots on goal. There was 20 from Bournemouth and only, I think, 7 for Aston Villa, but they were clinical. In the final third, Aston Villa, they've got threats. Buendia, Rodgers, Sancho for the goal was brilliant. The way he combined, he lays it out and he chops inside, reverses the pass, and then the finish from Rodgers. It was a first attempt on target from Aston Villa. Absolutely leather it into the roof of the net from a tight angle, and that was Rodgers' 9th Premier League goal of the season. And you thought, it was against a run of play, but they responded really well, Bournemouth, and Andorra Iraola, unbeaten in 6 Premier League games. Credit to them. Last time out at the Vitality, beating Liverpool, and today I thought they were unlucky not to get the 3 points.
What did you make of Ryan overall? Gets his first goal since he joined the club. How did he look more
Very
broadly?
positive. Yeah, we saw him come on last week at Wolves. Big signing. Another good recruitment signing. Obviously, only 19, young players slotted in on the right-hand side. The goal was so positive, so direct. Take nothing away from him. Poor defending from Luca Digne. The way
it was really bad, wasn't it?
Yeah, terrible. Like, he left-footed playing on the right-hand side, so you've got to send him down the outside. He lets him come in, and then right-footed put it into the bottom corner past Martinez. I mean, he made numerous saves, Martinez. He really, really did. Saves that he probably should make. Bournemouth had the ball in the back of the net. Right decision offside, but I think plenty of positives for Bournemouth.
Yeah, his first clean sheet for West Ham since the end of August as well. It's 4 wins out of 5 in all competitions, coming back well after that 2-0 lead they blew against Chelsea this time last week. So he's saying there that if we keep doing this, we'll probably be OK. Do you share that view?
Yeah, well, they're certainly the team that's got that momentum, aren't they? The 3 wins in 4, and like you say, that first half performance against Chelsea, they were very good. They'd obviously be disappointed that they let that slip, but the first half, some of the moves going forward were brilliant, you know, really slick passing, good interchanging of positions. Bowen was excellent, Somerville was excellent, Castellanos was excellent as well. Just very fluid in attack. And I think what we've said with West Ham is they are good going forward. It's just about defensively, can they be solid? So that's another bonus that they've gone and kept a clean sheet, because that was a big call, leaving Areola, can't get my teeth in, can I? Leaving Areola out and bringing in Hermanson. But to go and get a clean sheet, Disasi as well, you know, not had much game time. He went straight in there. They looked solid at the back. And Burnley, you know, they sort of huffed and puffed and they were getting themselves into decent positions. But I thought West Ham as a whole were decent off the ball, defended well and obviously had that quality. So, yeah, Nuno will be really pleased with the form at the moment. And they just seem to have like a bit of a togetherness about them. And like I say, the difference was the quality in that final third.
And their next game is Manchester United at home. That next home game, their next game for Nottingham Forest, who lost 3-1 against Leeds United last night. The gap now only 3 points. The pressure on Sean Dyche and Forest for that game is now huge, isn't it?
It is huge, and we were just talking about that when we were saying this is a massive game for West Ham. If they can win this, it then just puts the pressure back on, like you say, Sean Dyche and Nottingham Forest, and you know, against an informed Manchester United side as well. So it was a big result for Nuno, and now it's over to Nottingham Forest. What can they do just to, you know, drag the teams in and around them? So, yeah, a massive win for them.
And the thing is, Dawes, because we talk about Arsenal going first in terms of the title race ahead of Man City, but in terms of those midweek games, it's West Ham who go first at home to Manchester United. So if they can somehow stop the Carrick juggernaut, they could put even more pressure on Nottingham Forest the next night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tuesday night, London Stadium now will have some belief. 3 wins out of 4 in the Premier League for Nuno.
And that's flipped it on its head from what we saw there earlier.
Oh, my word. I mean, it wasn't too long ago I was stood downstairs watching West Ham Forest and Forest going 7 points clear. And I think there was 18 games left at that moment in time. West Ham had won 3 games in the whole of the season. You're thinking, they've got to win 3 games before they even get close to them. Now they're 3 points behind. Play first with the game on Tuesday, and then Nottingham Forest have got Wolves at home on Wednesday. I mean, they could be level on points going into the game. So the pressure is certainly now heating up on Forest.
Right, let's talk about Chelsea. We'll talk about Cole Palmer and the club more widely in just a moment.